heartbeat starts out. Our heartbeat starts out like a drum set to a timer that always seems to end too soon. Seems to end too soon.
Semi-final match 2. Track. Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3. Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
What's up, everybody? We're here and we're ready for day 2 of the Final Four of the GSL CEST. Monday was amazing. We had an insane series, and I can't believe that Zest came out on top.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Rogue's first loss in a best 7. I was sure that he was just going to win the tournament after he beat Dark, but Zest had something else to say about it. The most successful GSL Protoss ever. The second most successful in many ways is playing here tonight.
That's right. We've got Trap versus Cure. Now, I think a lot of people are going into this best of 7 with the same feelings that people had going into the Rogue versus Zest best of 7, where it should be a good match, but it's probably pretty clear who's going to win. And we were really all expecting Rogue to actually come out on top. I would totally welcome the same kind of upset here, but it is hard to imagine Trap really being overcome by Cure.
Yeah, and even if Cure was able to do that, he would have then beaten Parting and then Trap, and then he has to play Zest. And it's like, well, that's how deep is your TVP?
Yeah,
like how many tricks do you have?
How many weird builds do you have to get through a gauntlet of all the greatest Protosses there are?
I know it's a tough one, no matter how you cut it here for Cure.
Now,
so,
if Cure does advance here, it is history in the making.
Yeah,
because Trap has been so incredibly consistent and basically the Protoss of the world for over a year now.
He's been top 4 minimum every season this year, right? He's like at the end of every tournament, he wins a bunch of non-GSL tournaments. He wins super tournaments. He's been to the finals already 3 times in GSL. He hasn't won yet. He's becoming a little bit of a silver surfer as far as GSL goes.
Sure.
But yeah, he's ludicrous. Trap is on a whole different level, man.
And, you know, Cure, I feel like this is, first of all, I'm a little bit surprised he actually got to the Final Four. No disrespect to him, but if he can overcome this today, I think he is truly leveled up.
Yeah. Cure is like...
we joked about a Zest Cure finals, but we're halfway to that.
I know, right? I mean, I would like to see it. I think that would... Well, if he beats Trap, like he beat Parting, who's a more aggressive player, plays very differently from Trap, and he's going to need a whole different skill set to beat Trap, because the moves he used on Parting, things like quick Hellion drops, I don't think will work on Trap. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
On day 1 of the round of 4, Zest defeated Rogue, and he broke Rogue's offline record. And today will determine the opponent for Zest. And the two players have made it to the GSL finals many times, but they have not had the luck in winning the finals. We're going to have an interview with Africa Freaks Trap and Dragon Phoenix Gaming Cure. Hello.
네, 먼저 조성호 선수입니다.
Secure, you first.
테란 조성주 선수를
You defeated the
부르면서
strongest Terran Maru,
떨어뜨리고
and you have defeated him in the round of 8, and you have made it to round of 4.
이게 1년 내내 4강이란 얘긴데요. 정말
So this year you have made it to round of 4 many times. So how did you spend the long preparation time? Well, I took some rest.
그냥 항상 앞에 경기 있을 때 준비하듯이
And you know,
그냥 물 흐르듯이
I just made adequate preparation for all my matches.
적당히 템포를
You know, I'm just going with the flow, and I'm just maintaining my suitable tempo.
자, 김도욱 선수 만나보겠습니다.
Let's have an interview with Cure.
봤던 모습과는 전혀 다른
Sure,
모습으로
your performance these days have been very
선수를 꺾고
contrary to the
올라왔습니다.
performance you've shown in the past.
시즌 만에 올라왔는데요.
You have made it to round of 4 after 5 seasons.
많이
So this is an
준비했잖아요.
opportunity that cannot go slip by. So how did you prepare?
오랜만에 좀 기회를 잡은
Well, I had a long preparation time, but this opportunity came after a long time.
시간을 열심히 했고
So I practiced really hard,
상대 연습 같이 해주시는 분들도 열심히 잘 도와주셔서
and my script partners have helped me so much as well. So today I have
두 분이
confidence.
8강에서 함께 연습을 한 사이죠.
And the two players actually practiced with each other in the round of 8, and they have both respectively beaten Maru and Parting to come here. So I'm curious as to how you guys saw each other's matches.
도우가 이길 줄 알았어요.
I actually I practiced with Cure, and I realized that Cure is going to defeat Parting. I knew it.
전략적인 거 위주로 했잖아요.
네.
And he actually prepared a lot of good strategies against Parting. So I realized that these strategies are really strong.
그 부분은 저한테 좋게 작용하는 것 같아요.
So I think I have the upper hand going up against Cure today because I know his strategies. So Cure, what was your mind when you saw Trap plays?
성호가 무난하게 해주면은 잘하고
Well, if Trap plays standard, I think I can play well against him. But if he does not play standard, it's going to be a tricky game.
지금 조성우 선수도 그런 빌드를 미리 받고 또
So Trap did actually see your builds beforehand, Cure. So right now, it's kind of awkward going up against Trap because you practice with each other.
좋은 게 아니라
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of awkward.
개념 공유할 때 좀 제 것도 많이 알려줬다고.
You know, when we actually shared concepts about the game, I actually told him a lot of my secrets.
좀 연습하면서 좀 고민을 좀 많이 하긴 했어요.
So you know, practicing with him, a lot of thoughts went through my mind.
조성우 선수는 좀 어떠세요?
So Trap, what about you?
개념 공유는 했기 때문에
Likewise, I shared the same concepts
그 부분에 대해서 좀
in the
신경을
TVP
쓰고
matchup. So you know, I'm kind of cautious today.
이번에 경기 준비를 괜찮게 한 것 같아서
And overall, I think I made good preparation for the match today. So if my condition is good, I think I can have an entertaining match today. In the round of 8, the two players have shared the concepts about the game. So an offline match, this is the first time they're going up against each other. So how do you predict the score to go?
4대3?
A 4-3, a full set, Trap.
네, 워낙 도우가
Yes, that's right. Cure is a good player, so I expect 4-3.
2021년을 화려하게 보내고 있는 조성호 선수가 4대3이라고 하셨는데.
Alright, Cure, Trap just said 4-3. What about you, Cure?
누가 이기든 풀세트.
I think whoever wins, it's gonna be a full set. I think it's gonna be a 4-3. Alright, both players are predicting a 4-3 score today. And these two players have been in the same team for a long time, and they're extremely close with one another. So before we get into the match, anything you want to say to each other? Cure, you first.
이번에 연습 시간이 길었.
This time, the preparation time was long,
하루하루 열심히 준비했거든요.
and I spent every day
서로
practicing.
후회 없는 경기 안 하고
I hope to have a
재밌는 경기 했으면
unregretful match today.
재밌는 경기 하자고 하시는데요, 조성호 선수.
Alright, Trap, what about you?
네, 저도 재밌는 경기 했으면 좋겠고
Yeah, same as Cure, I want to have an exciting match.
올라가서 좋은 결과 냈으면
And whoever wins today, I hope he gets to win in the finals as well. And the two players are equally desperate for the GSL victory. So who will earn the ticket to the finals to play against Zest? We'll kick it off now.
Oh my god. GG!
All right, let's just for a moment talk about how Artosis sounded in that clip. He was like, oh my God, JJ!
Yeah. So, Trap is unbelievably stable.
Yes.
Cure had that great season where he got second place to TY.
Right.
Kind of bombed after that until now. But he's back. He's looking
had
good again.
Some big ups and downs for sure.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Deer.
Yeah,
Where
actually.
everyone
he's like
knows he's
Deer.
good, yeah, but like he'll not deliver for a long time, then have like a really strong season where you're like, damn, look, there it is.
I think you are completely hitting the nail on the head there with that comparison. But I mean, maybe this is going to be the moment where Cure does what I think everybody would have thought is impossible. Maybe he wins here. Maybe he wins against Zest, despite going through, you know, the hardest processes that there are in the world.
Yeah. Like, Cure has done a damn good job to get here. He's played very well. We see his TVZ has been insanely good. And obviously he did take down Parting, but he can't even, like Trap said, he knows his strats. I mean, you don't play the same against Trap and Parting. They're so different.
No.
Parting, we've already seen the way to defeat him is to attack his probes early on.
Yes,
he is going to be attacking
the initiative.
Yeah.
To control the pacing of the game. The issue with Trap is that he's very good at denying any Terran controlling anything.
Yeah.
He's very much ready for you to make your first move, and he kind of judo flips the Terrans very often.
And do you remember the interview that we saw with Cure when he went up against Parting, where he said, he was like, yeah, I think I just got to bring it to long games and beat you. And it was like, he did exactly the opposite of that. So he's like trying to like be tricky in his interviews.
He's mind gaming in the interview.
And I heard him do it during this interview where what he said was the exact opposite of what I think he should be thinking. Where he said, if Trap plays normally, I think I'll do just fine. But if he plays weird, then, you know, that's going to be hard. I actually think it's the opposite of that. I think
agree.
that Trap is a brick wall if you play against his normal play. And I think he's probably hoping that Trap prepped against what he showed against Parting. I think that would give Kira the best chance to win this.
I think you're probably right, Artosis. Our best of 7 is ready to start. Our first map is going to be on Romanticide. Again, I think it's either going to be a very even series, Trap or Cure takes it, or I think it could very well be a one-sided match where Trap, simply put, dominates.
Those are the two options. Cure will not dominate this.
I can't imagine it, right? I mean,
you can't dominate Trap in this matchup. It cannot be done.
Yeah, he is too good at keeping the Terrans, you know, up on the ropes here. But our first game is actually now loaded up, guys. Trap versus Cure. Game 1 starts now. The winner goes on to face off against Zest in the finals of Season 3, the GSL.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Africa Freeze, Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Okay, Tasteless, quick question for you.
Yeah.
Who do you think out of these two Zest would be
Dude,
more likely to kill?
Sorry, for a second I was like, Command Center first at the third base. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen
he needs to cancel that and recenter it.
What were you asking me? Sorry.
Who do you think out of these two players Zest is more likely to defeat in the finals?
Okay, well, this is a tough one to answer because, first of all, I think Zest versus Trap could go either way, right? I mean, I think that Zest really is in good form, and I think PvP is a manageable matchup, and Trap is a manageable opponent for Zest, especially seeing how he prepped and how he looked against Rogue. But if we were to just cover up Trap's name for a second, you were to ask me, you know, before the season started, who wins, Zest or Cure? I'd say, I don't know, probably Zest, but I can't be for sure. If Cure is able to beat Trap here, then that makes the whole Cure Zest matchup much harder to call. I think nobody can honestly have a fair take on that, because we would basically be in a position where both players are so outperforming their previous selves that it's a lot hard to kind of put your finger on where exactly they're at and how the games would look.
Okay, so wait, which one is your answer?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was basically, my answer was trying to explain how hard that is to even figure out.
No, it is.
What about
it is
you?
hard.
Do you have an answer that you think?
No,
is
I basically agree with exactly what you said. That's why I was kind of asking you if you had a quick one, because just in my mind right now, the coolest end story here is Zest winning the 3rd GSL, because no Protoss has ever done that.
Protoss
MC
don't do that
and
well in
Zest
GSL.
have 2 GSL Codes victories. MC is not going to get another one. Zest may, right?
Sure.
And you know, if he doesn't do it here, it's going to be years before we have a chance to get a 3-time, where you have like Nest T and Rogue both with 3. Dark has 2, and he's still super active and stuff, so he could pick up a 3rd. And then for Terran players, there's like, I can name a few Terran players who don't have 3 championships. That's easier than naming all the ones that do.
Right.
Right? Because there's so many Terrans that have a ton. So we have a Stargate opener here, and a couple of Reapers, the Mine, sitting there waiting.
So 2 mines actually, you don't normally see 2 mines
It's a
gutted
funny
out
little
like that.
Zealot,
And-
isn't it?
Yeah, and the Zealot coming from the side is kind of cute as well.
Yeah. It's like,
What,
well,
what do you think about the double stack with that?
the Mines?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a. It's weird to have 2 there.
Especially there, right? Now, the position hasn't been given away, but, you know, if anything is to walk up there, I think you're certainly going to be caught off guard by a double mine hit.
It seems the way that the Zealot came, he may be suspecting that something's there.
Yeah, it looked like it was intended to run around something. Like if he was stream sniping or something, like he just sees that, he's like, oh, okay.
All right, the Reaper's going across. And 3 Adepts sitting here waiting at home. It is Phoenix production right now. A couple more barracks being added. 3 tech labs on the way. That's funny looking.
Yeah.
It's not very often you see 3 tech labs in the production tab like that, because it has to be 3 different buildings.
Yeah.
It's like 3 different types, right? That's like a very...
I feel like it's the first time we've seen that.
That might be the first time we've ever seen that, because you literally just... You need to be building one on each building type.
Oh!
Oh, damn.
Hold on. Oh! Is that 2 kills? Uh-oh. Look, this didn't quite...
That's funny. He almost cleaned that up perfectly.
Yeah, it got a little bit...
And it almost got tons of damage.
It wobbled at the end and almost became catastrophic.
Yeah. I guess with the medevac getting out, Cure has to be pretty happy with how it went. That was such a strange...
That was an odd one.
Yeah.
But again, not uncommon to see Terrans try to suicide Widow Mines in there and try to get those, you know, money connects with the missiles, obliterating probes. Now across the map, we have the Phoenixes coming out here, beginning to scoop up SCVs for kills. We do have, I think, actually Adepts shading in. I doubt they're going to commit, but they could take a look. Oh, all right, he will commit. See if he can't get some workers.
Yeah, Cure coming right up, and we'll be able to clean that up very, very quickly. No, it's not very good
at all. Surprised that actually happened. You got to be careful because if you're ever attacking, and this is not just true for the matchup that we're casting now, but just in general in RTS, if you're attacking and hitting another base and you lose Jet Army, you don't normally have anything behind that. So,
yeah. And with the type of build he's doing here, like he's doing a Phoenix charge build, and those, they like, you barely make that work. You know what I mean? Like you get the critical mass that you need to stop the Terran push, but you just get it, and then you're way ahead.
Right.
But with the amount of units he's kind of lost here already, I'm actually liking Cure's position here.
I think Cure might just barely take this fight. I mean,
Yeah.
We've got 4 gateways finishing, but Charge is also far out enough. You know, this angle here, and keep in mind, guys, this is not a map we normally see, you know, successful fights at the 3rd base, but I think there's been a lot of unique circumstances that have led up to this moment.
Yeah. Well, you better have an overcharge ready here. That's a really well-placed battery. Has a cannon there as well. And look at this. The Phoenix is trying to come in, but the Marines are of a really great mass right now. That overcharge doing serious work here.
Yeah, this Guardian Shield really delivering. And I guess, Kieran, you and I were all kind of wrong there. It seems like there was enough for Trap to kind of easily deflect that attack. And what's sad about this now is, a lot of those retreating units can't get back to safety. So, I mean, a pretty big blow there. And as the game continues to pan out, it's 3 bases versus 2. There is a command center started, but a very late one at that. And I would have to imagine as that command center is finally landed at the 3rd, a 4th for the Protoss would have already started.
And you know what? It was such a well-placed a cannon and a very well-placed battery there. Without that overcharge, I think that Kier trades really well right there. So a little bit frustrating for him, I think. But he has that 3rd CC coming up. He's still on the map, trying to be pretty active. But Trap is going to get scarier here at this point, right? He's got a lot of Phoenixes out there. Looks like he's going to recall them back. And as his charge lock count grows, like, he's going to be able to smash one of these attacks pretty soon.
Yeah.
Not with that, but like, a couple warping rounds, yeah.
And he's got these few zealots up here in the north ready if and when that command center lands to try to deal some damage there. But, Kier needs to be careful because the easiest way to throw a game away is to just attack it and fail a couple times to the point where there is no return.
Yeah.
But for now, Kier continuing to power up. He has not overcommitted since that initial bungled attack. And probably a little bit of an overextension there by Trap. I think when he saw there was no command center at the 3rd, decided to go ahead and just check, take a peek inside the front of the Terran's base and see what's going on. He did see that extra command center. There are moments where you want to watch and see, did he pull the boys? Did he send SCVs across the map? That hasn't happened yet.
Okay, so Kier coming down, I got to tell you, I think Kier is playing really well.
I agree.
He really is. This is some clean, nice play. Coming up once again, these mines are very scary. Zealots and Archons warping in. The army is really good here for Kier, but I think a lot of it's going to come down to the micro, to these mine connections as well. In jump the Phoenix is trying to drag mines over the army. And look at this. The mine hits are actually pretty decent overall, but I think he runs out of them, so does have to back up. These Archons going to be a little bit too tanky for him to deal with.
Yeah, and again, the Phoenixes can chase down the medevacs and continue to damage them. Reinforcements are going to merge with the rest of this army, but is it actually going to be enough? Once again, that army's been chased away, and as we mentioned earlier, there is the 3rd base being taken, but Protoss has that 4th base already about to finish. So in every sense, Trap is ahead, but another attack comes up here, and again, you just need one attack to go poorly for the Protoss in moments like this for things to fall apart.
And we'll see if he can maybe get some good connections here. Oh, lifts up those 2 mines, but does pop them really quickly here. Backing up, trying to kite away.
Is this an overextension here by the Protoss? I don't feel like there's quite enough here in the way. The Zealots on the other side.
Yeah, that reinforce was a little bit slow.
Warping, yeah.
And look at this. Oh my God, he's going to be able to push him back now.
I think that this is going to be the fall of the 4th base. You just don't have the right units. Now again, medevac's very low. I don't know how many of these can actually heal. Okay, he's got some healing sustain here.
Yeah, a little bit, but really there's just not enough mass here for Trap to actually engage. Even with very low health, Kier is able to kite everything down and kill it very quickly. Oh, and Immortal rallies down.
That's it.
That should be the game.
I can't believe it. Kier is going to take game 1, and I think it was a game that honestly Trap was in the lead for most of this.
Dude, this was really well played by Kier. He played a magnificent game here.
And despite having a rough mid-game here, and there's basically not enough complexity in the army for Trap to fight back. GG Kier takes game 1 and the start of what could be another insane upset in the semifinals of Season 3 of GSL.
Well, the way that Kier played that game, like Trap did maybe make a couple missteps there, but I think that Kier from A to Z played it just beautifully. Like, I did not see anything that I was like, oh, this is not what you should be doing. Even that attack that didn't quite work at the 3rd base, I thought that was a great attack based on what had already occurred, right?
Yeah, that was
strong win for Kier.
Again, I think that he was fine until the 3 Archons went around the rocks. You need just a little bit extra in front of those Archons, because once they start taking the shots, Stimmed Marine Marauder will chase down Archons and kill them. Archons are not actually fast units at all.
Yeah, and you know, having batteries with Archons is just like goes together so well. So maybe he thought he could just kill it off, but no, it wasn't the case.
Right.
On to game 2.
On Nautilus, see what
GSL
happens.
Season 3, Codex. Africa Freaks, Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Pure.
So our 4-player map definitely plays a lot different than all the other ones. Interesting to see what they have prepped here. Cross spawn scout from Trap. Kind of interesting. Double barracks opener. Okay.
Yeah, doesn't see anything in the bottom right. It'll be kind of fun to see what exactly happens in this game. I think Trap did play an overall better game in game 1, even though he lost. Like, he had pretty much a cleaner performance, but you know, when you're playing a game of expansion pacing where you're just like, I'm gonna just stay ahead, I'm gonna keep growing, and you know, basically I'm starting the fires, you have to put them out. It can be quite a tightrope walk. It can be a real high wire act to actually like handle that, all parts of that correctly, because the moment that you get a little bit sloppy with your army, things backfire because you were the one that was basically trying to outpace them. So you were spending minerals on getting nexuses and trying to grow. And honestly, I think had Kier not won that fight, the last fight that mattered against the Archons, I think there's a realistic chance that Trap gets so far out of reach for Kier that there's really nothing else you can do. So, I mean, it's kind of a crazy ending to game 1 for sure. But I do feel like if Trap tightens up his play a little bit, he'll go right back to winning, assuming that we have games that look like that again, which I think we will.
Okay. It's a fair analysis, but look at this game here from Kier. He's going 3 Rax Reaper on 1 base, and okay, Trap is only just now finding out about this. Oh man,
dude. Micro gamers.
Micro gamers. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tricky to hold on against. He is getting a Stargate. He has a battery in the main base, definitely important. There's a lot of Reapers that are going to be on the way.
Yeah, keep in mind with just one gateway over here, you know, every unit is precious when it comes out. And, you know, he can actually just ignore this if he wants, but he's going to get a kill on this. And Artosis, I actually think the Trap is just going to die.
Yeah, with more on the way.
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
There's really nothing that can fight this. I mean, an Oracle's going to come out. I'm not clear on, you know, how much mobility you can have against an Oracle and try to avoid it, basically. I mean, they are faster than the Oracle, right?
Yeah, I think
like
just
by
slightly.
One speed measurement or whatever.
One speed measurement.
That's the technical
by
term.
1 parsec to Aceless.
If you want that, you got to look in the in-game manual to see that word.
The Oracle doing a pretty good job defensively here.
Yeah, that went much more poorly than I thought it was going to after we saw the Adept.
Well, it's out of energy now.
Yeah, true, but he lost, I think,
he
quite
lost
a bit of the
3
Reapers.
or 4 Reapers, yeah. But here we go. He's going to go again. That Oracle better not ruin this Reaper all-in Tasteless.
This Reaper all-in's pretty
I'm
high,
really
man.
excited about Kier's play right now. Oh!
It has to be like a perfect straight line from there.
Dude, oh my God.
If you
the guy in the front was like, don't look back, don't look back.
It's like if the trajectory is just off by like 1/4 of a degree.
Dude, my God.
It catches it. I can't believe that.
That's insane.
Glaives are coming here. Basically, Trap wants to set up for some pretty forceful counterplay. But, you know, the threat of the Reapers is not gone.
And trying to come in, but has some turrets set up nicely. Stim is, of course, on the way. Yeah, I don't think he's going to find too much with these. That's not the right one.
Yeah. You can stim in hell. It doesn't work anyways. Okay, so, you know, while the Reapers are still very much so a threat on the map, we got to point out here that the counterattack is going to be pretty quick here from Trap.
This is cool harassment, I got to say.
Yeah,
we're almost 6 minutes in, and he's actually, like, getting some value out of these Reapers still. Like, 4 probe kills, not too bad. Like, they aren't going to scale. You got to do something with them.
Sure.
And if it hadn't been an Oracle, like, if he had opened with something else and it was just more gateway units, like if he was making a Twilight and a Robo there, I think this Reaper opener would have done even better.
Okay, now, seeing the Adepts over here could really give away the intentions of Trap right now. He can, if he snipes at SCV, he does, deny the bunker. He's going to be right on top of these Marines.
Yeah, that shaded definitely helping him out. A lot more Marines coming down from that main base. Does he have enough to actually hold on here?
Kind of a weird Reaper grenade. I think he's got enough, especially with the next wave of Adepts coming here.
The next wave actually shades behind itself accidentally there, but yeah, it seems like he does have enough at this point. Going to start breaking through. And with the Oracles there to help, obviously this is going to be really, really tough to make anything happen.
Yeah, and I think with the next shade in here, I mean, oh, he's going to go ahead and back up. I think that's a safer play, right? Just make sure that you don't overextend inside the base. I think we are in the end of this game, though. I think, you know, the depots are going to be taken out. He can come up here, take a look at what's going on, and I think there's more Adepts than there are Marines right now.
Yeah, I think you're just about right about that. Like he has a lot, but it is behind a wall, and Marines do have good range compared to Adepts.
He's just going to go ahead and get this depot. I think if he gets the depot, yeah, he can shade all the way around. Yeah, this is funny. Watch this.
Oh boy, the Congo line is coming in tasteless, and look, he stops right there, so you can't even build the depot behind him either.
Yeah. And you know, he's going to throw everything he's got. I don't know how much of it is going to succeed here. You know, there's just not that many Marines left here. The Stalker's coming forward as well. The wall-in will never complete. And that's going to be GG. Cure has now lost. The Trap is going to even this out 1-1.
All right. That was an interesting build, though. I like the idea there from Cure. The Oracle did kind of ruin it. It seemed like he was getting very close to snowballing, and then the Oracle just did so much damage. He's also an Adept at the natural that made it so that he couldn't quite micro the two fronts well enough.
I think the Adept Glaive attack was actually a reaction to the Reapers.
Yeah.
I think he was forced to make Adept, and he goes, okay, that's fine. I'm going to turn this, you know, forced decision into an opportunity now. And you can see Cure just wasn't really ready for that.
Yeah.
I think
couple games, though.
Yeah, I think Cure thought he was going to generate enough of a threat on the map with the Reapers that he could probably squeak out an extra base and power up and maybe get ready for a push, but he was hiccuped by that Adept attack in there, and here we are. Yeah, these have been great games, Artosis.
They really have. Who do you think is playing better tonight?
I mean, they're both playing so well. Guys, quick break. We'll be right back.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫식스.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 칠성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 칠성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해? 퇴근하고? 오늘은 유셰프, 내일은 유러너, 주말엔 유목수. 그걸 다? 본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산.
캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시? 내가 낚인 거지.
그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타.
아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
핫식스 타임! 저는 이 핫식스로 선수들에게 응원을 보내보도록 하겠습니다. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어! 인생 직진 음료 핫식스!
새로운 친구가 나왔습니다. 핫식스 커피 럭키. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어 인생 직진 음료 핫식.
Semi-final match 2. Track. Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3. Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back.
Yo.
I interrupted Andy there for a second. Trying to say the show name, and I'm like, me.
Yes. Okay. We've had a couple very interesting games, Tasteless. I think that...
yes. I think Cure's playing a lot better than I expected. I think Game 1 was impressive. Game 2, a lot of different ideas happening there. I think Trap did exhibit exactly why he's just so hard to beat. He really does know how to do whatever dance you're doing, kind of move and ebb and flow the way he needs to, and set up nicely. But again, we talked about how it might be very one-sided. So far, not the case.
Yeah, and
which I much prefer.
Before we talk more about that, guys, we do have the finals 1 week from today, and you still have time to send in your cheerfuls.
There's still
something
time.
Funny, something cool, something showing your love for the players, the game, GSL, myself. I mean, if not that Tasteless, I guess.
Yeah, guys,
but yeah, have that in by Monday.
So you've got about 4 days, but get them in here quickly. And if they're approved, they will be shown on the big screen here. We love that we can at least do this. And, it does seem like the world's getting back to normal slowly. We are close to getting things back to normal in Korea, I think, unless there's another plot twist in the pandemic here.
Yeah.
But we cannot wait to have you guys back down in the studio. For now, this is the best we can do, though. You can submit some art, and we can show it here and connect that way.
Yeah, and we really want to see what you guys have out there to make. A lot of great artists and everything out there. So, and a lot of bad artists that are really funny as well.
Yeah, a lot of good bad art.
Yeah.
So, the winner of Game 3 is going to go and take the lead. I think, Cure, again, he looks like he's very practiced. He's in good shape. Trap is playing well, but clearly he can be out-dueled on the map like we saw in game 1. Didn't quite handle that fight right. And I know Kier knows how to go for the jugular, close that game out. We're going to go to Blackburn for map number 3.
Yeah, this one should be a little bit different. I wonder what they have prepped for this map, actually, because this is another one that's so different. We saw it, obviously, on Nautilus. Kier had a very novel approach on how to play that. So let's see what he has for Blackburn.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Africa Freeze, Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Here it is.
We find out that build slower in there too.
I know. I actually just see SCV moves slower on the building while it's building. I don't believe it does.
Let me look.
Yeah, let's see when it moves to the side.
Come on.
Keep on it, keep on it. Oh, God.
Now we'll never know. Yeah, it's the same speed.
So SCVs, when they go through slow zones, should just pretend that they're building something. Like, it's
Yeah.
one of those things where you trick your mind into it, Tasteless.
You have some building parts in your hand. You just spend some extra money and they just move right through there.
This is the future of StarCraft, is you do these supply depot cancels across slow zones. You just fly right across them. It only costs like 200 minerals, and your SCV goes full speed across, man.
Oh, spotted.
But does it matter?
Mm-hmm. That's why
Yeah,
there's
it does.
caution there. It's like, look out, there's a barracks down here.
Yeah, Zealot coming out to kind of zone that a little bit, but of course he will micro around it. And it looks like the factory will be made at home. No big surprise there. We'll have to see what the follow-up is. Ooh, I like the eBay block. Make this game nice and dirty.
Ready interference on here. Can't get that down. The Reaper comes in. Now the Zealot is sort of a necessity in that you at least keep the Reaper moving around here, but it's a tough situation right now for the Protoss. It's very easy to drop a probe.
Yeah, and you can actually see, like, just even having that Zealot kind of right-clicked on that Reaper, he saved 2 probes because of that. That would have killed 2 probes otherwise. And that's always what we talk about with this, is you can get, like, 2 probes with that proxy Reaper.
eBay's done.
Oh, he finished
That's
it.
funny.
I think that was probably a mistake.
Yeah. No, we watched an armor upgrade start. We're like, huh.
Do you remember there was one pro game, I believe it was Illusion that played it a really long time ago, where he finished an eBay block in someone's natural, and he actually ended up getting +1 out of it?
That's so funny. I don't remember that at all. But
I remember that game so clearly, because I was like, I can't even believe that he's finishing an upgrade here.
One of our absurdist jokes about what could happen in the game actually came true.
Yeah. I think it was like an NASL game or something like that.
So the Nexus is going to start here. A Stargate is inbound. The Reaper's been tucked away into the upper right. I don't know, what does he actually have back at home to defend, though?
I don't think very much at the moment.
Yeah, the barracks is only just now going to arrive over in the main.
I think it's all right, though, right? Because, yeah, he's doing the double Widow Mine on the ramp, and also he's been in the command center in the main base. So he's not really in any danger here, I would say. Leading with the probe, because I think he knows that this is a possibility.
But there's 2 here.
Oh, this is funny.
Like, I know this game.
Okay, well, he gets that, but this is totally worth, and I think he's totally fine with the situation.
Well, he can keep the Terran stuck up on his high ground while this expansion is going to finish up here over the natural.
I gotta say, Tasteless. Oh, yeah. He got the kill? Oh, yeah, he did. He got the soccer kill on that. I have to say that, like, tonight, I'm more impressed with Kier than Trap so far. Really. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, everything that I'm watching from Kier seems really well planned, very well executed. Not everything goes right because Trap is too good for that to happen, but I mean, all these ideas are fantastic.
I agree, man.
Like the
really
eBay block,
impressive.
even though he let it finish, it's like, okay, well, his command center finished before the Nexus. Obviously, you got to make an orbital and then float it down, but that's amazing that the only Widow Mine defense.
Oh.
Everything is looking great.
Let's see how this attack goes. Oh!
Wow.
Now, here's the problem with what Kier, the position Kier's put himself in now. There is a pylon making on the other side of the map, not far outside the natural. There is not that much defense because Terran, you know, the drop is always a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? You send that across, trying to do damage, but if they shut that down, then you have even less to defend back at home. So I think we're about to see Trap set up a pretty robust attack over here. It might even hit before this bunker finishes.
Oh, wow, he does get that SCV off the bunker, then dives on top of everything, but the bunker finally does finish up, loads it up with Marines. The Cyclone being pulled back. He does have rallying units out of here as well. The Vikings coming down, a nice lift onto that Cyclone.
Cure is insane
Dude,
right now.
He is.
Oh, Viking even just gets down.
I am telling you what, Tasteless, this is amazing. Cure is playing like a man on fire. Like, all of his moves, everything he's doing is smart. His micro's on point, his macro's on point. His decision-making in these little battles, like the way that he handled that,
yeah,
that could have killed a Terran player right there.
Yeah, for sure.
That could have killed another GSL Terran, but he lived right through that. He finished the bunker, he got the Marines in, and he surrounded the Stalkers, he brought the Vikings in, landed them at the right time and everything.
The Viking was like Neo falling backwards against Agent Smith's bullets back there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Now, I mean, what kind of position is Kier going to be in, though? That's the question. Definitely it was a poor attack, not just that one, but the one before, by Trap, losing some units. This has proven to be, so far, a pretty back-and-forth series.
Yeah, I think right now, Tasteless, it is Kier advantage. Look at this. Stim is a third the way done as his combat shields. +1 has started. Medevacs are on the way. We have a very small standing army for Trap. His Twilight and his Forge are just now finishing. So he's a way off of having Blink, right? Or Charge or whatever it is he wants to go. He's going Charge. Right. But this attack that's going to come out, as soon as these Medevacs are out, he's going to move. And his Stim is going to be done well ahead of Charge. He can go, I think he can kill Trap. He can kill the third minimum, and he might be able to just kill him.
Yeah, this could be an extremely strong attack here. And Trap is going to be kicking himself all because of that attack on the natural. One that seemed to be setting up nicely for a pretty powerful hit, but now it's going to be Trap's turn to be on the defense. 4 gateways coming down, but is there going to be enough to handle what Terran has coming at him? His Stim is going to be finished, combat shields as well. We'll even see the stasis ward here.
That scan was awesome also. Yeah, it walks right into it. Beautiful. That stasis ward is what could have actually ruined this for him. Okay, Stim is done, as you see. Shelling that shield battery. Yeah, I think he can kill this third base, Tasteless. He's just waiting for that Marine to thaw. All right, here we go.
He needs that one extra Marine. Got to be careful with the Archon here as well. If that's too far in the front, it's just going to get targeted.
There's no shield battery there anymore to help.
Yeah, and he's basically controlling the ramp now, so you can't get... Oh, hold on.
Oh, the Mind Drag! Are you kidding me?
I can't believe it.
Oh my God!
Trap is so insane.
Dude, his army was so good, and then one Mind Drag over everything. Slaughtered Cure's army.
And now with that attack backfiring, we have Cure fleeing across the map. The third base for Trap survives.
Tasteless.
Just unreal, man.
Unreal.
That was sick, dude.
I swear he had enough there to do some serious damage.
I think so.
There was no shield battery left at the third or anything.
If that one move had not worked, we may have seen the third base fall like right around now.
Yeah.
And now Terran is in a weird predicament. They have to get a third base for themselves as well. But Trap's growth is getting pretty big, and we're in a situation that's starting to look like Game 1. Now, don't forget that in Game 1, eventually Trap took a really good fight and won regardless, but Trap was ahead for most of Game 1 and probably could have closed that out if he was a little bit more cautious with his fights.
He's tagging onto that army as Cure moves across. Does have a pretty significant supply advantage, but Psystorm is going to finish before this battle, which is going to make this a lot harder. But, I mean, as the tag wears off, I'm sure that Cure has to be thinking about maybe getting a drop-off. You see the Phoenix is kind of coming in from that angle to keep an eye on that. He knows that that's a possible weakness here. Oh, another great liftoff. getting all those mines. All right, he's going to fight him here at those slow zones slightly. Microing back, he's kind of out of storm range. One storm finally gets forward and hits him.
And, you know, this slow zone, these two slow zones here really kind of create a no man's land here. Hard for either side to push in, but importantly, Trap is now taking, excuse me, the fourth base over here in the gold area. Excuse me. So he's going to have that. Terran's still a ways away from doing that, but the boost in extra minerals from that gold base could allow you to get a lot more to maybe try to attack in and basically play a control game from here on out where you're going to try to keep the Terran limited to 3 bases or less.
Love the Phoenix Oracle combo here, clearing some of the mines, keeping some tabs on that army as well. Good mine spread. Here it comes up actually to that high ground. Let's see, the spread of Cure is pretty strong here. Nice fly in there, dragging some mines on top of the army once again. A great storm onto those Marauders. But he does back up. He has a great arc here and is going to kill off quite a bit, pushing Trap back.
Yeah, beautiful storm there. Is going to make that army that much more brittle, but Cure continues to chase us down and get the kills. Is this going to be Cure's moment to maybe lash out and try to control the third base area? If Terran gets control of the right side of the map, the gold base is a lot harder to control.
Yeah.
You can just basically pick an angle they can't cover, like go behind the minerals, and there's not a lot Protoss could do. And
like
keep in mind, if Terran's on the offense like this, they can take the gold themselves.
Walking down now, does have some mines set up. Oh, he doesn't have that much energy on these ghosts right now. Has more ghosts coming in though. With shield batteries, air cans, I don't think he can actually attack in here at all, honestly. I think he's got to back up. A lot of charge lots being sent off to the side. Ooh, okay.
Cure is killing it today, man. He looks so good.
He does. Is he going to kill this Nexus? He is.
Yeah, he is. In fact, Trap's just going to give up on it. He's going to try to figure out something else to do on the map in the meanwhile.
So 3 base versus 3 base. Cure continuing to play excellently here.
Small counterattack here, but it's not going to really do much of anything. He's going to once again set up a pretty nice position over here on the outside. Good feedbacks there. Okay, this is doing more than I expected, honestly. He's gotten far enough in here. It's getting a little bit scary for the production.
Well, the Zealots turn around. Gonna go elsewhere as more reinforcements are coming out. All right, goes forward, throws the EMP down. The Zealots try to charge in. This is a kind of weak army here. No energy on those sentries.
He did snipe the obs too. It's a pretty nice play back there. And eventually those Zealots have been whittled down. The last one is fleeing up to the north. Trap's taking control of his side of the map and is expanding to a more central location, a little bit easier to defend, but up way in the top of the map, Cure has still a real army that's going to be tough to deal with for Trap.
What a great game that we're seeing right now. This is very... I feel like an alien because I'm like, the thing that came to my mind is saying, I'm like, this is very pleasurable. I'm feeling great pleasure watching this game with you, Tasus.
So funny. I mean, I think Trap could still come back and still try to fight, but
well, he's working on his tech a little bit. I think he's going to pop out some disruptors, possibly Colossi instead.
But I also think we're past that point that Terran's struggling in the early game where the Protoss is just staying ahead and teching up, and that Terran has to be very careful about you know, counterattacks and stalkers blinking and sniping medevacs. I mean, Terran's really gotten into a healthy late game here.
Yeah, he certainly has. And he has his own 4th base. His bases are all really well timed in comparison to Traps. A lot of times you're a lot later.
You know, he's going to just get in here. The army's actually too far north.
Yeah.
It's just now, I think this Nexus just dies.
He's going to try to get up there and throw some EMPs down. The storms go down, but they actually don't hit as well as we sometimes see storms hit. Some great EMPs going down over there.
The Archons are beginning to fall.
Yeah, that overcharge really did help. The Immortal putting out a lot of damage here as well, but everything's starting to fall as he micros back. More reinforcements coming. Another EMP lands.
I can't believe it. GG, Cure wins game 3, taking the lead 2-1.
Dude, like, This is some of the best TVPs we've ever seen. Yeah, no, he's probably in shock. He was looking at this saying, I don't even have to play a Zerg in the finals. I'm finally going to win a GSL.
Yeah.
But actually, Kira's going to win a GSL maybe because he is playing like a god right now.
Yeah, Trap is looking so strong, and I don't know, man. I mean, we don't normally see Trap, especially in this matchup, ever really stuck, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, what do I do now?
And it's pretty darn straight up like macro follow-ups. Like Kira has really interesting early games that he's trying to mess him up slightly with. But his follow-up is such a pure macro, beautiful positioning, great micro, everything on time type of play that there's not like a really great counter to that, right? I mean, you could just start cheesing him or something, but Kira's like teching enough in the early game that he might mess you up if you're actually trying to cheese him.
It's kind of crazy to see Kira looking this good, and it does explain why he's done so well in this season so far. I think sometimes we see players who are advancing and doing pretty well, and you kind of think, well, that's weird. That's not where they're supposed to be at. Surely this will self-correct as the tournament pans out, and now you're seeing here against Trap. Of all people against Trap in a TVP, he is really causing Trap so many problems. Trap is not even in control for a lot of these games.
Yeah. It's pretty wild to see because a lot of these positions we're so used to him getting into where he's like, okay, now I go and punish like this. But actually, Kira's sitting there in a great arc and has a nice spread and kind of scans ahead, sees what it looks like, micros correctly, and suddenly Trap is losing too much army and having to turn around.
And Kira almost won that last game right in the middle of it with that attack. Had that mind drag not been so successful, like as good as it possibly could have been, we might already be in Game 4 casting that now. I mean, it's kind of insane. To have games where Kira is able to get, first of all, control of the game ever against Trap, where he is really so masterful at dictating how the entire game goes. But then second of all, able to continue to maintain that lead is really something else. In moments where things backfire, whether it's game 1 or game 3, where it looked like he almost had a moment to win and then didn't, and then wins anyways later on. That's insane, dude.
I know. He's just like, he's taking every opportunity, and he's playing so well. I'm unbelievably impressed with Kira right now. And I got to tell you, Tasteless, the time of the 4 horsemen is over, okay? It truly is. Innovations in the military, TYs in the military. Byun is not what he used to be. Only Maru really remains out of those original 4 horsemen. It's the time of the 3 musketeers. They have rifles. Horses are obsolete. Maru got a rifle and got off of his horse, and we have Bunny and Kira there with him.
With feathers in their hats. The 3 musketeers are here.
Yeah.
The apocalypse is over.
We've advanced.
This is post-apocalyptic musketeers.
What age is that? That you have guns in?
The feather hat age.
The feather hat age.
GSL
here we are.
3. Codex.
Truly the greatest age of humans, you know.
For sure.
Feathers and hats. Still using swords. Gold teeth as well, don't forget.
Yeah, and
Freeze.
wooden legs occasionally.
Wooden legs,
Pirates
for sure.
existed, that's great.
That's great. Missing an eye, don't worry. Put this on, you're going to fit right in.
What's that disease where you cough up blood that everyone used to die of?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Like the scarlet fever or something like that? Back in those days, people
maybe scurvy was big. They didn't know that.
Scurvy was big.
Eat lemons.
People were really into scurvy.
Scurvy was big back then. That was
just one of the things.
That was one of the things, for sure.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a new age. Seriously, the way that Kira is playing today, it's amazing to see. Him and Bunny have really come up, and they are up at the top with Maru now. Even if Trap like 3-0s from here, I'm like, nah, Kira won conceptually.
Kira had the moral victory, the conceptual victory.
Yes. That's, as we all know, that's what matters. That's what pro gamers really care about. Conceptual
victories. That's what really keep this score. What do you think of the base here having a tattoo on it? What do you think of that? In your starting location, you have a big tribal tattoo in your base.
It's the hardest working base out there.
That's right.
You know?
So, yeah, let's see what happens in Game 4. But Trap is really having to work in all of these games. And honestly, Cure just seems to be much more able to bounce back than a lot of Terrans. It doesn't seem like we've had many games where Trap's really been able to take the initiative and set up a lot of these games that we've seen so many times before where he's taking his third and he has counterattacks ready, whether with a Warp Prism, Blink, Oracle, something like that, to try to basically control the Terran. We haven't really had that.
No, not so much.
We got a little bit of a taste of it in Game 2, but you know, I don't know. I mean, it weird games, right?
Well, like, Kira's done a good job of dictating the very early game. This game, not as much, but the other games, I think.
Sure.
And one thing I also want to mention is I feel like Trap should really go into Blink at this point. He's doing a lot of Stargate, and Stargate, like, is a very good opener, of course. But sometimes you get caught when you're going Stargate. Like, I think Blink openers are a little bit more robust, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe that'll give him a bit more play when Kira is doing his moves, right? I don't know. I just kind of get the feeling that he should be going into Blink openers. Okay, so it is a proxy Stargate. Get that mine just behind. Oops.
And that Oracle about halfway done.
Yeah, but he's got a mine that he's going to lay in the mineral line there, and has some Marines out as well.
Can this probe get under the CC? Doesn't matter. Marines coming down anyways. And here we go. Let's watch this Oracle. Let's see how this goes. Now, this is not where you normally expect it. It kind of goes over the image.
That's so
of this,
true.
Yeah, it goes over this smaller tattoo that's on the starting location.
Oh!
Gets.
Oh! Oh my God! I did not think that he saw the line and went back in. Well, I think he saw the line, right?
I mean, we saw it. I don't know for sure if he saw it, but he certainly was looking for it.
His Oracle, like he should. This is wild. Second Oracle comes in.
Widow mine drop here. Is Trap looking? He is, but he doesn't have anything to easily fight this.
I like the pull away. Make him lose as much mining time as is possible.
Careful. Careful, gamer. So he can pick these up. Try to move out again. The third base is being taken here. But you can see Trap is really spread quite thin here. There's another mine. Dude,
oh
I don't even know what to say.
Craziness.
I think we're getting close to that number of units where you've lost so many that you're very open to a counterattack.
His standing army is 2 Adepts, a Phoenix, and an Oracle, okay? Like, this is very, very bad. Honestly, even killing an Adept here is so strong because he just doesn't have anything. Oh, he keeps getting damage. I wonder if Trap is just off at this point.
Well, I wonder if he's, shaken from the way these games have gone. I think so. Trap, a player that's had so much success, might have just expected for this to be another, stepping stone on his way to the finals, and instead, he is fighting for his tournament life.
Look at that. Even runs into the correct location. This is just never ending. Trap is just doing everything perfectly.
I mean, Cure is.
I mean, yeah. Definitely not Trap.
Yeah.
Like, no, Trap is playing perfectly. He can't win. Terran's imbalanced.
Trap is the Protoss, right?
I'm so used to saying that about Trap, but it's actually Cure this time. Like, the time of Trap being the best Protoss is over. Cure's the best Protoss. Look at how many Marines there are.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit coming out here. Now, he is going into Glaives for the Adepts. We have another Widowmine drop headed up here. Looks to be angled towards the main. There is as well a Adept counterattack ready. But Terran has a Wallen available. I mean, you could just, seal this off, and it's not going to do that much damage.
Yeah, he needs to make him turn around. That's like really the only way this is going to work for
Dude,
him, I think.
oh my God, 4 more probes. Oh no, you're trapped in here with me.
Gets all but 2 of them.
All right, well, it's a good thing Claves is done now. I'm sure the one Adept that lived is going to be very happy to have that upgrade.
Well, he's going across the map now. Like, this is...
It's a fight over the electricity rocks.
That's infinite electricity. Nothing even happens to the rocks. They just have it.
Dude,
it's
he's
crazy.
going to get the Phoenix. No, never mind.
Oh my God. He's just 18 probes, 7 adepts, and 2 oracles. He's coming across the map right now. He has got so much bio.
Okay, force field's coming up. Right now, Trap has to survive this attack or lose this game.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to survive it. Like, even an overcharge at this point.
No, I think the numbers are getting too low, but let's just let this fight pan out.
He overcharges, Kira has to run away. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's my bad for saying something could be overcharge.
So the Observer's going to stay out here. Oh! I mean, Trap barely hanging on here. Can he push through? Force fields come down again, but it seems like there's already enough Marines on the other side that there's no way to hang on. Cure goes up 3, 2, 1.
This is wild.
I can't believe this, dude.
Yeah.
This is like esports fan fiction right here. Like,
Cure Zest, no one would have guessed that as the finals.
All the people that tried to predict with their brackets, like, here's who I think.
No bracket
Literally
got it right.
no bracket came with Cure Zest.
If anyone got this bracket correct, the government needs to take them away and find their spaceship.
Yeah.
Because I want the government to control space travel, or time travel basis. That's it. You know, this is wild. Like, Cure is playing so well. I'm like afraid for Trap. I'm afraid for Zest. Cure looks like an absolute killer.
I mean, Trap has not looked more down. And honestly, I don't know, if Trap's going to be able to recover here, guys. Short break. We come back. The next match in the semifinals. Do not go away.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지.
오늘이 보여.
새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫식스.
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함.
완벽하네.
칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
Semi-final match 2. Trap. Pure. 2021 GSL Season 3. Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
Welcome back, everyone. Right now, it's so weird, man. Cure is up 3-1 against Trap. Yeah, this was the only result so far we said basically couldn't happen, which would be that Cure would be ahead in a one-sided fashion.
Well, we've never really seen anyone trash on Trap's PBT.
Yeah.
But Cure is playing some of the cleanest, best early and mid-game PBTs that we have ever seen.
Look at Trap, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tension. He's got to win 3 in a row. And it just seems like Cure has been running circles around him.
Really? Really, it has seemed that way. I want to see Trap open differently. I want to see him get back into some of his blink openers. I think that's where he's strongest. He's focusing too much on Stargate. He's getting countered hard.
All right, guys. Oxide is our next map. Let's see what happens. Cure vs. Trap continues on.
GSL Season 3. Codex.
So, go ahead, introduce the players.
Freaks. Trap.
I have stuff I want to say, but I'm like, ugh. Just in case you guys forgot, here's the player names.
Which one's the Terran? Where is he? That red building is Protoss, right? That's Trap, right?
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Cure.
Oh, good thing we did that. All right.
Okay, so I think that there are 2 possibilities for openers here for Trap.
Okay.
I think that the smart move is to do a pretty standard blink opener, and the super ballsy move is a DT opener.
Dude, I don't think he can do DT.
Well, that's why I want to mention it, because if he does DT here, that's championship mentality, I think. Like, that's the type of decision that you see Maru, Dark, and Rogue make, where they're like, this is the moment for this crazy thing, right?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Or MVP, you know, some of our best champions ever will make the hardest call ever on a strat at the hardest time.
Sure.
And So yeah, I just want to kind of throw that out there. That would be if Trap does that, sick respect for that. Although I think that he should do Blink.
I am all for Blink right now. I think you do a very standard, like 2 or 3 gate Blink, take a third.
Yes.
That's the way to play it.
Yeah.
I don't think, especially with how on top of the game Cure is. Cure is more in control in these games in this matchup than we really ever see from Terrence in this matchup.
Yes, he really is, and
it's crazy.
Yeah. Like Bunny has played some amazing TVPs lately, and of course Maru as well, always. But Bunny was showing us some really great late game. Utilizing things like mass amounts of Liberators and Vikings and Ghosts and things like that. Whereas Cure is dominating the mid game. He is like really, like you said, circles around Trap.
Yeah,
which is. Like, I think the mid-game is the most important part of TVP.
I agree with you.
It's like you always have a little supply boost, and if you can use it perfectly, that's very hard for Protoss to deal with, and Cure is doing that.
Now, I do have to go back and reflect for a second on that last game, and I think that Widow Mine was very well hidden.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cute, novel spot to put that.
Yeah.
But Trap should have seen it, and he just didn't seem to pull away quite quickly enough. And I think that kind of shows him being a little bit flustered in this series, right? Because he had a lot of control mistakes that basically led to his downfall in the early game. And you don't have to be a pro gamer like Cure to win a game like that. Anybody can lose a game because they're dropping oracles, sometimes 2, losing fights with the adepts. I mean, he just was not in the kind of form that we're used to seeing Trap in. One feature about Trap, we talk about partying being so good with control and doing these rushes, but Trap's very good in these pretty standard engages. That was sick.
That's sick, Micro.
Yeah, insane body blocking.
Continue, please.
But just like that, like exhibited right back there. He's just very good in these ordinary engages, eking out extra damage, controlling everything perfectly. And that last game was not like that at all. So what I'm trying to say is Trap's also not looking as good as we're even used to having him look as this series continues to develop.
Now, I wanna mention he's going for the Blink opener, but I believe this is a 4-gate Blink opener. Okay, so that's 4-gate Blink with Prism is a build that you're supposed to do a lot of damage with. Because your third Nexus is going to be pretty darn late. But I believe his Shade actually saw this incoming medevac. So I think it's going to be hard to actually make this medevac do any damage here. He's got to be careful because Blink's going to finish. He's going to lose it. Ooh, just gets out of there. Blink 5 seconds away right now.
Yeah.
But he sees the amount of Stalkers. So I think you're pretty clear on what's happening here, what's going down. 2 Stalkers left at home defensively.
And I'm glad we're seeing Trap play more like this time around here.
He's giving himself some more options on what can be done.
Now,
which
this
is important.
This kind of game we've casted so many times I've lost count, right?
Yeah.
The War Prism and Stalkers on the outside. Terran turtled up, continuing to develop as much as they can. And moments like this occur where you run in with the Stalkers. Gets hit by that mine, which is unfortunate.
That mine was nice. He's going to go ahead and run. So good defense so far from Cure on this.
So we had the medevac over there in the center left, not far from 9 o'clock. I don't know if he tried to go in or not, but...
by the way, he stopped his Stalker production and just made a third CC. I mean, a third Nexus, right? So I like that too. Even though he went for the 4-gate, and that gives you the opportunity, but if it's not going to go right, don't make 16 Stalkers not break him and then not have a third.
Right.
Bit of Raven harassment going on. Doesn't seem like he'll get too much done with it.
Okay, not bad, actually. Even gets that extra probe.
Yeah. 4 probes is not bad. You're right.
And at least so far, this looks like the kind of game we would expect to see Trap play out and win. But Cure's doing a decent amount of damage with his own drop. Certainly more damage than those Stalker Blinkins we saw earlier on, right?
Yeah. Definitely doing some decent damage with
Dude,
those
11
Marines.
probe kills, man. That's pretty good.
Really not bad.
And he saves that medevac. Oh, what?
Yeah, that looks kind of funny.
And they're like marching side by side.
Now, is this attack actually going to be able to do it?
I feel like it's not that strong. We
It's
need
not that
medevacs
strong,
here,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
well,
Okay,
he's got
you
more
group
coming.
that up and give it
Here's
two
the thing.
medevacs.
Protoss has to start to fight this before the tanks can siege up in range of the Nexus, and I don't know if he's in a position to do that. Oh, the sentry barely gets away.
That's so important.
Such an important unit. Yeah, you need that Guardian Shield. You need a Force Builder, too.
Yeah, you need it very badly.
Oh my
Charge
God.
is about to finish. Yeah,
Dude,
another
Cure
Raven
is
harass.
godlike, dude.
He is.
This is crazy. And Trap is not controlling these Stalkers well. He is all over the place. He is all spaghetti right now.
Okay, going to try to get forward here once again. Has that overcharge. This is his
Not
biggest chance. A
bad.
storm goes down on these siege tanks.
I don't think there's quite enough. The Immortal's going to come forward, but the infantry can zone.
Okay, coming back with his Prism as well. Maybe a flank is just what the Doctor ordered. Blinks in. He will be able to get these tanks at least, but he's
Yeah.
losing the rest of his army.
The problem is that there's already so much damage being dealt over here on the Nexus. Is a single probe going to survive as the push moves on? I don't know. That's it. GG. Cure wins 4-1.
And Cure goes to his second finals. Trap denied from tying Zest's record of 4 for the Protoss race.
I can't believe it. I mean, this is a finals we were joking about.
Yeah.
Only a few days ago saying, well, I mean, imagine it's a Zest Cure finals. That's the least likely, but wouldn't that be something if it happened? And here it has.
Dude, I tell you, the last 2 years, the world has changed. You look at the political landscape, you look at coronavirus, you look at Cure versus Zest in the finals. 3 of the biggest changes. We're living through all of them right now.
That's right. We are part of history.
We are part of history.
All right, let's get an interview now with Cure, see how he's feeling. He has moved on to the finals, and it's either going to be him or Zest that closes the year out as the champion of the GSL Code S. I think we're going to go to that.
I think so.
Here we go.
Wow, Cure against all odds defeats Trap, and he moves on to the finals. Congratulations, Cure. Thank you. This is your second GSL final score, and this is the finals after 5 seasons. So how does it feel to move on to the finals after a long time? You know, it's been a year and 4 months. My desire to go on the final stage was so big. So I tried really hard, so I'm really happy that the result was good today. Sure, you said you always endeavor hard. And it must have been really disappointing for you to see your poor performance in the recent years. I think I had the wrong direction in the past seasons. I think right now I have the right direction in my plays. Including the Tier 2, you now defeat Trap. And from the preparation, it must have been really hard to strategize against Trap. So can you talk about today's match? Well, today I prepared various strategies. And as I was picking the maps and between the maps, I realized that all the maps that I practiced for were positioned in the late game, in the later games. In the first game, you were very aggressive using the Cyclones, and in the later games, you were also very aggressive as well. And look at the games today. You were you're utilizing the Widow Mines very well, killing a lot of the probes of traps. Well, when I play TVP, I try to harass the opponent as much as possible. And today I think I was pretty lucky that the harass worked. And today you gain an overwhelming score, 4-1 against Trap, one of the best Protoss player right now. Alright, let's talk about the finals that will be carried on next week. Alright, looking at your first finals, it was the finals against TY back then. And that time you lost 4-0. So this finals is gonna have to be very important for you.
결승 좀 어떻게 하고 싶으세요?
So how do you view this finals?
결승 때는 잘하고 싶은 마음도 있었지만 첫 결승
Well, in the previous finals, you know, I really wanted to do well because it was my first finals.
처음 나오는 빌드도 많이 하고
And I used some creative strategies against TY, and I used some new strategies. But that time, TY played really well.
단단하게 보여주기보다는
But this finals, I don't really want to show what I'm made of, but I just want to win the match.
달라지는 것 같은데요. 자, 결승 상대 이야기를 해보겠습니다.
Alright, let's talk about your final opponent. It is Zest.
주성 선수가 8강전 때 정말 시간 상관없이 굉장히 많이 도와주셨고.
And Zest in the round of 8 mentioned that he helped you a lot.
주성 선수 이렇게 결승 상대로 만나겠다 이런 생각을 해본.
So now going up against Zest in the final, did you ever expect this scenario?
다 잘하는 선수들이라서 누가 올라도 이상한.
I mean, all the players playing in the GSL are so good, so it's no surprise that any player goes to the finals.
결승에서 만날 줄은 몰랐어요. 서로.
But I didn't anticipate that I'm gonna meet him in the finals.
했고 같은 팀이라서
I did practice against him a lot, and we're in the same team as well.
다행인 것 같아요.
So you know, I think I consider myself to be lucky going up against him in the finals. But talking about the head-to-head record, you're kind of behind.
어떤 각오로 결승에 임하실 생각이신지
So,
한마디 들어보겠습니다.
What kind of determination do you have before going up against Zest?
상대했을 때 항상 밀렸었기 때문에 그건 또 신경 안 쓰고.
You know, statistically speaking, when I go up against Protoss, I have a poor record. But I think this is a homework that I need to solve and provide a solution to. So I'm going to try really hard in the finals. Once again, congratulations, Core. Thank you.
자, 이렇게 시즌 3 결승.
Well, congratulations, man. I can't believe he did it.
Yeah,
and look,
it's a pretty unreal result.
The thing is, if you beat Trap, it's like I think you can beat Zest, right?
Yeah.
Is he like the favorite then? I don't even get it.
I don't get it either. But Zest has a lot of games to watch, right? He has a lot to study from Cure because Cure beat Parting and Cure beat Trap, and he used very different plays and very different styles. So
yeah,
Zest is going to have a lot of homework, which is going to help him a lot. I think it's a pretty even finals. Even though Kier looked God mode, this is yet a different Protoss, and I mean, maybe he can just keep playing like this and beat Zest, but I think you can't count Zest out at this point.
I am so hyped for this finals. And I think anybody who really says they know who's going to take it is insane.
Yeah.
We never even thought this would be the finals.
No, never.
Go back and look at the round of 8. Look at all the players that are there, and then these are the guys we got. That's so cool. What a plot twist.
I know. And it's so exciting to see. If Zest wins, that is a legendary moment. And of course, Kira, the way he's playing, it's great to have him back in the finals. It's been more than a year, like a year and a half since he played against TY. So
right.
Yeah, to get back, to be back kind of on top of the world as Terran, big moment for Kira as well.
I just can't believe this is what we've got for the finals. Do join us for that, guys, and do submit those cheerfuls. Those are those drawings or signs you would see in the old days when we had audiences in the studio. You know, you're cheering for Zest or Cure. You want to just make some sign about something about the GSL. Submit that to that email. I think we're going to have a graphic for that, but there it is.
Yeah,
is that it?
There you go. Yes.
Yes.
GSL@africatv.com. Send it there. And we have the resolutions there and everything. Send it by Monday, our time. That would be Sunday night, your time, probably. But yeah, do send that in, and we look forward to seeing all those.
Yeah, and we also look forward to eventually being able to open the studio. We don't know exactly when that's going to be, but it does appear like the government's going to be easing a lot of restrictions. So hopefully, hopefully we can have an audience again.
It would be nice. It's really, you know, we've had an audience a few times, like half-size audiences, third-size audiences, but
yeah, 2
to get
weeks.
the full audience back would be really, really nice at this point.
Yeah.
I would very much enjoy that.
Well, hopefully, as this year wraps up, we're going to be closer and closer to normal. I know, you know, some countries like the U.S. have been ahead of Korea, but now Korea's getting there. Some countries that are watching this right now are behind us, but eventually, hopefully, everything can get back to something close to what it used to be.
Yeah. And look, Tasteless, as much as I like you and my wife and my kids, I would like to see like a seventh person.
I could use a few more people in my life right now, for sure. It has been a weird, lonely period of time for us, no doubt.
It has.
But yeah, guys, make sure to watch our finals. It's going to be fun. This is such a different finals than what we've had in the, I think, over 40 finals that we've hosted here for GSL.
It's been a long time since we had such an upset finals. Normally we have
double
someone up
upset
there.
finals.
Like if you look at the last, if you look at the last 10 or so GSLs, there's been like 3 Rogue wins, 2 Dark wins, 2 TY wins, and 4 Maru wins.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all of our champions from the past. What did I just say there? That's 5, 6, 7. That's in the last 11 GSLs. So we've had like 4 different people win
over 3 years.
Yes.
Of that.
So it's only been those guys winning, and now it's someone new.
Now it's going to be one of these two. If Zest wins,
Zest has won 2 already. He's the winningest.
Yeah, but he was so dominant at the start of Legacy of the Void,
Yeah.
so it's crazy he's here now. And I mean, if Cure wins, that's crazy.
Very fresh new champion. But yeah, if Zest wins, at least we can still just have basically the same few people that have won all the GSLs.
At least we have that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to end the show, but.
Oh, Tasteless. It was so quick today. I'm actually like really surprised. I'm not sure.
We started at 6:30. It's 8:10.
8:10.
Very short day.
8:10, 12, 14, 16.
What? Oh, I see. You're counting by twos. Hey, save that for the finals. Save that kind of energy. Don't just use that up here at the end of the show.
I wish I had saved it.
Yeah.
It'll probably be different people watching. I'll use it again.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, yeah. ASL. Group A for the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not up on the channel right now, it should be very, very, very soon.
That's right.
I've already passed it in. It just has to be uploaded by the person who uploads it here.
Yeah.
I passed in our homework.
And we have new stuff for Patreon supporters there.
Yeah.
Secret Tasteless podcast.
Check that out.
Check that out.
And
what else can we say?
Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. Check out the ASL here. Check out the GSL here. We still have Super Tournament. One more day of Code S for the year.
That's right. We're going to be streaming all this week.
Yeah.
Hang out with us.
Watch that.
Then.
Yeah, no, that's it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
They're still talking down
So
there.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Getting my vaccine tomorrow. Second dose.
Congratulations.
Yep. Very, very excited.
Nice.
And now we can close the show. Guys, we love you. Stay safe. We'll see you in a week. Bye-bye.